Harassment at Chick-fil-A. Somebody cussed at her, and that's a video. What? Okay, I clicked the video about being Jewish. Let's see this.
Oh, and for dinner, my mom got you chicken. What? Why? Because you're Jewish? Okay, but what does that have to do with ham and Easter?
Is she really dude, she is, dude. She's pretending she doesn't know why this person might have been telling her that they got something she could eat because she's Jewish. She's acting like it's not pretty well known that you're not supposed to eat ham, you know, if you're Jewish. And I guess this person just mentioning that they'll have something to eat is they're trying to make this into some weird microaggression or something.
I don't know. It's not kosher, is it? What? How am I supposed to know? Because you're Jewish? Oh.
Wait, let me just...
Yeah, but I'm not that Jewish. Oh.
You can just say you're not religious. It's not that hard. Just say you're not religious. You're ethnically Jewish, but you're not religious, so you eat whatever. You can just say that you eat bacon or something, okay? And then she'll know. From that point on, she'll know they don't have to change what they're going to eat because you're coming there. Just say you're not religious. It's not that hard.
Oops. Oops. And we say this in your name. Or whose ever name you pray to. Amen.
Amen.
Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I am Jewish.
No you're not. You're pasty white with red hair.
Listen, Buster, I may look like a hot and kissable version of Pennywise, but that doesn't mean I'm not Jewish.
But you don't look Jewish. Your hair isn't curly, your eyes aren't dark, you're...
What are you guys even talking about? This doesn't even make sense. Most of the Jewish stereotypes you'll see in Western culture are pale, you know, light-skinned or maybe barely tanned. Like Family Guy has a really just racist caricature, okay, of a man, and there's a woman. And they're redheads, okay? They're redheads. What are you talking about? Even South Park, they're redheads, okay? His overweight mother and only he even has curly hair. And again, they're redheads. What are you talking about? Yeah, Adam Sandler, Seth Rogen, very dark skin, of course. Where does this come from? You're just trying to force this. It's ridiculous.
No, go on, say it.
Your nose isn't big and hooked over.
Correct. I don't look like your typical animated villain character. And I would argue no Jewish person looks like that.
Because you're just making that up. Nobody's talking about having... Oh, you're literally just talking about the merchant thing, aren't you? You're just talking about the merchant. You're talking about one caricature out of all the caricatures, even though it's not even similar to all the other caricatures. And you're acting as if people genuinely have never seen Jewish people, like they haven't seen any movies, or like they haven't seen anything from Hollywood, apparently. And all they've seen is that one picture on 4chan once. She's literally just talking about, she described the merchant. Okay. Are you joking? Are you really trying to pretend that's like what everybody thinks Jewish people look like? That's the general stereotype? Like what? This is really... And then we got reaction videos from a guy called Jew Boy. I'm not joking, he spelled it, and of course, without a Y. Should we watch a reaction from Jew Boy?
Propaganda looks like that.
Wait, so does that mean...
I'll let you Google that one. Jewish people, only propaganda looks like that.
Wait, so does that mean...
I'll let you Google that one. Jewish people can be any skin...
Wait, so they haven't seen it? But they also were describing it 100%? What are you... Then why would they have thought it looked like that? It doesn't even make sense.
Speak any language and live all over the world, just like Christians, Muslims, Hindus, or any religious group.
Well, it's not the same, actually, because, you see, the reason that people don't just say anti-Jewish, they say anti-Semitic, there is a racial component to it. Because it's a tribalist religion, you know, like Zoroastrianism. About their people being chosen by God or a deity, right? Being the chosen people. And there's even a thing about how if you're born from a Jewish woman, then you're considered Jewish. But if you're born from a non-Jewish woman, even if the father in that case was Jewish, then you're not really Jewish. There's a racial aspect to it. It can even get into bloodline purity and everything. You know, you can look into things with Israel. So the point is, you have to be ethnically Jewish, but you could also, of course, just not be religious, but then you'd still be ethnically Jewish. And then if you aren't really brought into the group, like a bunch of white or black people who don't marry into anyone who's Jewish, then you wouldn't really be Jewish because your religion is based on the race and none of you would be the race. It wouldn't make sense.
But I understand where your confusion is coming from. Jewish people are considered an ethno-religious group of people. When someone says they're Jewish, they could mean they go to a temple for religious services, they were taught to speak Hebrew or Yiddish, and they observe Jewish holidays, cultures, and traditions. Or they could simply identify with and participate in their Jewish heritage and community in their own secular way, so without the religious stuff. And there's also a huge gray area in between, because everyone's different. But no matter how they may express themselves, your Jewish friend probably knows the best place in town to get a bagel. And no matter what you
Wait, what? That's just a racial stereotype. You're going with it? What? But I mean, I know it's a racial stereotype, but if you ask a Jewish person where to find a bagel, they'll probably get you one. They'll probably know the best places. They go around, they love bagels. They're delicious. They love the bagels. It's not even racist. You can just lay out bagels we love them. Are you joking? This whole video is like about, don't do microaggressions, don't be racist. Oh, that's an offensive depiction, but we love bagels. You should expect them to help you find good bagels to eat. What? What? Why would you do that in this video? What?
think of them and their lifestyle, they're still Jewish. It's still confusing, I know.
The demon should have been trying to get you to bagel. What is this?
Take it from me.
Oh, but the thing about ham, thinking you maybe wouldn't want to eat ham, that was too much.
I grew up Jewish, and this is funny-ish.
That's why you can find the bagels, apparently.
One time, my parents both wore yellow to find each other on their first date.
Eating fucking bagels? Okay.
My mom was Christian, and my dad was Jewish. Dad didn't have bar mitzvah. You know, that religious coming of age.
Okay, so the guy knew about the merchant, but he doesn't know what a bar mitzvah is. He hasn't heard of it. He hasn't seen that in any movie ever. He has no idea what that is. Just the Jewish merchant. Okay.
Celebration for Jewish kids. The chair thing.
Oh yeah, the chair thing.
Yeah, that's the thing they would definitely have seen. That's so much more common than just the idea of having a bar mitzvah, of course.
My dad didn't do that.
Oh man.
I know, right? That looks so fun. Anyway, if I had to guess why, it would probably be as a result of cultural assimilation. Assimilation.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit.
Where an immigrant or their family lineage is pressured to disregard their heritage and instead
Oh, they're pressured into it. It's not just because they became part of this other culture or they chose to do something else. So are we saying the only reason a Jewish person maybe wouldn't want to circumcise their kid is because they were pressured by the evil white man in society? The Europeans or the African people looked down on them and they were forced not to do it. Oh man, but they wanted to. But they were pressured to go against their culture. Is that it? Like, what, this is so stupid. How is everything always a victim mentality? As if people don't have any choice and maybe they went to America and maybe they changed things because like maybe they went to America because they wanted a different culture? Maybe they didn't want to go in these other... Okay. But yeah, they were pressured into it.
The culture,
of course,
even political ideology of the country they've moved to, usually to blend in and
to avoid getting targeted. Usually to avoid getting targeted. I kept thinking about the bagels, man. I don't know.
Getting targeted. Of course, this only goes so far.
Appearances are always deceiving.
I got an ad.
For example, if you're an Ethiopian Jew and you have dark skin, you'll be racialized or assumed to just be black when arriving to the United States. Versus, if you're a Scandinavian Jew and your skin is pale, you'll be racialized or assumed to just be white. And although religious setting until he met my mom, you publish it with
doxing?
To intimidate, harass.
I thought this was about being Jewish. Where did this come from?
In your life.
What the hell?
When I was doxed. Doxing is
oh my god.
Personal and sensitive information.
It's literally just everything is being crammed in here.
To intimidate, harass, and harm you and or the people in your life. This happens to a lot of YouTubers, unfortunately. I'm not the only one. And this happened to me while I was outside of the US visiting Japan in late
2018. And to say that this was the worst possible time this could happen would be an understatement. Let it be known, I did call the police, but they never heard of doxing, they didn't know what I was talking about, and they insinuated I was prank calling them, so nothing was done about it. I couldn't file any charges or submit a report. It also took 48 hours for YouTube to not suspend the account, but give them one strike, and here are my emails. I never heard back from them.
and it's been years. So, what does this have to do with me being Jewish? Well, a certain subsection of people who don't like me or my videos, not all Illymation dislikers, just a subsection.
Oh my god, please just get to the point. Just call them Nazis and be done with it. Holy shit.
How do I put this? They don't like how World War II ended, and so if
Oh my god.
this was news to me too. Surprise!
How do I speed this up?
But after about 2 years of therapy, I realized, how is it that a group of strangers who want me and my family dead care more about my Jewish heritage than I do? That's not fair. It's my heritage, and you can't have it. So, after rigging Animal Crossing New Horizons of all the
I
ceremonies,
don't think Nazis want it, actually. They actually want the opposite. To be honest, I think they really, really don't want it. That's just my interpretation. Maybe I'm
when I
wrong.
could amidst the 2020 lockdown, I began researching Judaism to learn more about myself. And one of the first things I learned was, according to Orthodox Jewish standards, a child is only Jewish if their mother is Jewish.
That's what I
Either
said!
the mother has a Jewish mother, or the mother must convert to Judaism. Otherwise, her kid's not Jewish, even if the father is. Which made
Yeah, because you're in a racial religion. It's about blood purity and everything. Yes, it's, yeah, it's kind of racist, actually. If I can say that without being racist myself. I don't know. Are we allowed to mention that it's kind of messed up? You know, religion about race, purely about race? I don't know.
the Juice of 87 incident make a lot more sense. Perhaps my grandma resented her daughter-in-law not because of an apple juice stain on the linoleum, but due to the absence of this Orthodox standard in the family tree. A family tree that, from her perspective, would now end with my dad. When I learned this,
Why don't you just say she's racist? That's what you'd say if she was German and she was angry about somebody marrying a Jewish person, right? You'd say they're racist. You wouldn't say, oh, well, it just didn't match up with their old German standards, their beautiful, amazing culture. Oh, it was just a cultural difference. Suddenly, culture goes out the fucking window, doesn't it?
part
Like
of me
what?
started to worry that this meant I wasn't actually Jewish, or I was
Oh my God.
horribly appropriating my dad's
Oh, it wasn't like that your family's like racist, being racist towards your own mother? It wasn't that? That wasn't your main worry? It was that you something about cultural appropriation? Are you kidding?
culture, or worst of all, I got doxxed for with my dad. When I learned this, part of me started to worry that this meant I wasn't actually Jewish, or I was horribly appropriating my dad's culture, or
So she wasn't worried about her mother, who's white, European, you know, whatever. Russian, maybe, not Jewish, right? Being discriminated against by her other relatives who, you know, are just racist toward her. It wasn't being in a family that's racist against your own mother. Her first concern was, no, is she appropriating Jewish culture? Is she appropriating her father's Jewish culture? Oh no, she doesn't meet the blood standards based on purity tests or whatever. Like, oh no, man, that was her first concern, was appropriating culture. How does this work? How do you... What the fuck, dude? I just...
worst of all, I got doxxed for nothing? But the next thing I learned couldn't. One day, while sitting in on a Shabbat service over Zoom, one of the members played guitar and sang a song called Lador Vador, which means
so you're still doing it.
from
Okay.
generation to generation in Hebrew. It's a Jewish phrase that refers to passing on our traditions, culture, and history from one generation to the next, like lighting one candle and sharing its flame
Oh my
eternally.
god, I'm already at
My
1.25
dad
speed.
would show me how to play dreidel, and all the times we made matzo ball soup together. Even back to when he tried explaining another Jewish holiday.
It's still
while I
so.
stared at him, blank-faced, eating gelt. I didn't know it until I heard that song, but all that he did, that was the door of a door. And sure, I didn't know a lick.
You didn't know that passing things on to people was passing things on to people? You're not... This isn't a new concept. You didn't need to be explained that somebody passing on traditions is passing on traditions. What are you talking about? This doesn't even make sense. Like, are you stupid? What?
A Hebrew and neither did he.
You didn't learn anything. There was nothing to learn. That's literally just the same
But he
thing.
still taught me about our family and what it meant to be Jewish, no matter what anyone, his own mother, would say.
So you also care about the traditions, but you also want to go against the tradition, which is the religion, which is the whole basis of the being Jewish thing. So
He didn't let the light go out. And it was in that moment hearing that song that I truly felt connected to my heritage for the first time.
What about the other heritage? What about your mother who had to clean up... What about your mother who had to clean up the mess and was hated for not being Jewish? You know, being the wrong race. Any connection there?
Since then, I've
No, it's not progressive. Being European or something, or Russian. It's not progressive enough. Being Christian, not really that progressive right now.
been slowly learning more and more about myself and, of course, making more and more Jewish friends who also struggle with
Of course, you have to go find people of your race. It'd be weird if you didn't. That's just being progressive. Yeah, you're trying to meet people of a certain race and hang out with them instead of people of other races. That's just really progressive. That's not... Of course, that's not racist. That's just really progressive. Wow. Whereas if somebody found out they were German and only wanted to hang out with a bunch of German people, that would be totally cool and normal too, and not weird. Yeah, you wouldn't consider it weird at all.
this, that I truly felt connected to my heritage for the first time. Since then, I've been slowly learning more and more about myself and, of course, making more and more Jewish friends who also struggle with this. I thought it was just a me thing. Thankfully, those who would argue that I'm not actually Jewish are a super small group of people that I have yet to meet. And though I can't
Your grandmother! What are you talking about? You did meet them. What? It's not a small group of people. It's their religion. It's literally the tradition. It's your religion. What do you mean? You literally looked that up and found out that that's what it is. What are you talking about?
empathize with where they're coming from, I feel like the world has changed and gotten a lot bigger. More importantly, I feel like there are issues we should be coming together on. Because I can assure you, an Orthodox Jewish person's lack of validation of my heritage isn't going to stop people like me, patrilineal Jewish people, from getting hate crimed. Hate like this has always been a problem. It didn't go away when World War II ended. I and all of your Jewish friends can assure you of that. And lately, it's become bigger, louder. I don't think non-Jewish people realize it, let alone know what to do to help. So, allow me.
Yeah, we don't hear anything about anti-Semitism. We don't hear about Nazis. We don't hear about Nazis or World War II. You know, Nazis aren't villains shoved into everything, movies, TV shows, comic books, video games, for decades and decades and decades. You're right. Nobody hears about this. It's something completely mysterious, and you're just now telling us about it. Oh, thank you. Finally. Like, what?
Remember
Why are you pretending this is some new thing?
Propaganda posters from decades, even centuries. Our modern day version of propaganda posters are dog whistles that circulate on social media. A dog
Oh my
whistle
God.
is basically propaganda that not only hides, but also thrives in plain sight. A lot of them will take the formula of a popular meme, but inject it with a sly dash of dog.
The memes, the offensive jokes on meme posts. Okay, thanks. You know, there are corporations that only want to hire people who aren't white, right? It's literally just racial discrimination. And then you have them discriminating based on sex and everything. That's a lot more than just memes, okay? Offensive jokes on the internet. But yeah, that's the main thing.
Whistle.
Of
That way,
course.
when it's called out by the person or group being
Oh my
targeted.
god, that's such an offensive joke, I can't believe it.
LOL XD random meme content.
She's still going on about dog whistles. Holy shit. You know, there's the elite that aren't Jewish too. Not everybody's always, okay, yes, all about Jewish people.
Because there's
Yeah,
someone who
forget
does
it.
one of these unknowingly, and that doesn't make you a horrible, irredeemable person. I mean, friend and gain a
Yahtzee! Oh, sorry to interrupt with my game of Yahtzee, a dice game.
helpful educational content like this sometimes gets wrongfully flagged and punished because they use that naughty word. So although I can't say this word on this platform as it would risk my video getting removed, and I will be
It looks like you're really concerned about being demonetized, but okay.
placing a
Just say
sponsor on this
removed.
video to ensure my awesome team gets paid should this video be demonetized. Words like this need to be said out loud.
Like, you don't get banned for saying the word Nazi in a video. Let's not pretend. People throw it around constantly. You're just afraid it might be demonetized. And then you're gonna put in a sponsor anyway, so what are we doing?
In real life. And if you think my situation is
Oh my, she's still eating the bagel! What is with this bagel thing? What?
bad, that's nothing compared to what Jewish people who are more open about their
Oh, I guess there it is. Illymation, whatever her name is, make sure you give your Jewish friends bagels because they really do love bagels, and it's not even racist to assume they do. Constantly mention bagels to them, and it's not racist. It's not an offensive meme. It's not a dog whistle. They just really love bagels, dude. Okay, don't worry about it.
their identity have to deal with. I've had friends tell me how they've been harassed, stalked, literally hunted down and attacked by strangers in broad daylight because they're Jewish. Yes, World War II is over, but
And it must have all been Germans, huh? That's the only people I could consider in current year who have a strong dislike of the religion or perhaps the ethnic group. There's no other group you could mention in this video in this year that would be more relevant. Just constantly about Germans. I wonder who might be doing some of these attacks. It's a complete mystery. I don't know. I don't want to be considered, I'm too progressive to actually say it though. And I don't want to get demonetized. I don't want to be phobic of anything. I'll only talk about what's acceptable by your corporate overlords. You know, your very progressive corporate overlords.
Jewish ideals are thriving. They've just evolved with the times, and we need to catch up. That's why I'm making this video. Being Jewish should be a happy experience.
Is she gonna mention it at all? Oh, nope, just to the sponsorship. No, it was just Germans, World War II, and then, I don't know, some things are happening now. Who knows who's doing it? Probably the white people who make memes. I don't know who else has any dislike of Jewish people. I have no idea. I mean, I'm talking about religion here. I have no idea. I can't figure it out. Christians, I've mentioned Christians. I don't know where else to go. Let's see. There's like 3 religions from that region. You know, there's Judaism, there's Christianity, and there's white people, and there's Germany. It feels like I miss. I can't say anything though. I'm too afraid to say anything because I have to appeal to a certain demographic, a certain audience. I have to appeal to a certain audience with certain political beliefs, and certain things are verboten. That's German for forbidden, by the way.
When a friend's mom found out I was Jewish, she sent me home with enough kugel to feed a horse. And a bunch of my Jewish friends
Oh my
and fellow
God.
Jewish creators helped me construct this video.
Anyway, I just wanted to go over a few things in this video. I didn't really notice this before, but you see in the video, there's an angry white male, and he's blonde, and he's got a very red hat with white letters. You can just start to notice some white letters. I wonder what that could possibly be.
For example, if you're an Ethiopian Jew and you have dark skin,
See, the racist woman, the white woman, she's got blonde hair. Oh, of course, you know. She's walking slowly, she's frowning. It's not even a neutral expression. She's frowning because she's walking up to a black child on an airplane.
you'll be
And see-
racialized or assumed to. For example, if you're an
And see,
Ethiopian Jew
here we
and you have
go.
dark skin, you'll be racialized or assumed to just be black when arriving to the United States.
She only gives him 1 bag of peanuts, dude. She only gave him 1 bag of peanuts.
Versus if you're a Scandinavian Jew,
But she's
and
speeding
your
up
skin is
now.
pale, you'll be
And
racialized.
she smiles because she sees a white woman who has blonde hair. It's a very subtle thing, but I think she's hinting at something. I think all the evil people might be white in this video. It's just, I don't know, maybe. And she
Racialized
smiles
or
and gives her 2
assumed to
packets
just be
because the white woman on the airline is so racist.
white.
She didn't know that the Ethiopian guy was actually Jewish too. Maybe she wouldn't have even given him any peanuts then. And if she knew the blonde woman was also Jewish, maybe she would have only gotten 1 or something. I don't know.
And although my home country of the United
Whites are so racist in America.
Yes, World War II is over, but anti-Jewish ideals are thriving. They've just evolved with the times, and we need to catch up.
Actually, some of these things are very old, even further back than World War II. Crazy. Things that are older than 100 or 200 years even. I mean, we can't mention it. There's no mention of it in this video educating us about memes, about dog whistles, and how black kids only get 1 bag of peanuts on the plane. From the evil white women who run the airlines, you know? But